Hey everybody, thank you for joining me for this giant size special. And what I mean by that, I'm going to be doing 2 weeks worth of books in one video. Because I just don't want to do two separate videos. Okay. We're going to be covering the middle of the month of May 2017, the weeks of the 17th and the 24th. So, of course, let's start with the week of the 17th. We're going to start with Aquaman number 23. Aquaman 23, this is the Crown of Atlantis Part 1. And in here, all this basically was the beginning of the build toward Aquaman deciding to fight for his throne. Because Atlantis, most of Atlantis, not all of it, most of Atlantis has finally decided to step up and tell him, we don't like you as our king. And it's basically the gist of it is Arthur is going to try to, once again, prove himself worthy. And it's not a bad beginning. It's not a bad setup, but it is very basic at the same time. You know, I've seen setups like this hundreds of times. There's nothing new here. There's nothing original here, but it's still presented very well. And I'll give DC credit on that. Dan Abnett, you did a good job with this. And Eaton, Scott Eaton, your artwork is just fantastic. Do not leave this title. This was good. This was good in terms of artwork, but the artwork clearly outshines the storytelling. Like I said, it's nothing original, but it's still done very well. I give it a 4, actually. Batman number 23. This issue just felt like filler. It was Batman guest starring Swamp Thing. Swamp Thing learns about a certain someone who did a certain something. I'm not going to give it away. But Swamp Thing takes an approach to the situation and it totally pisses Batman off. To the point where Batman is calling Swamp Thing a flat-out coward. Not a bad issue, but we all know what this is. This is just filler to build us up toward the next big Batman event. There you go. Basic, I'll give it a 3. At least a 3 out of 5. Going up to Batwoman number 3. All this basically was Kate trying her hands at some espionage, and she gets busted. That's pretty much it. Kind of an abridged, short review, but it wasn't a horrible book. It's just she tried to get sneaky, and she got caught. And that's pretty much it. But it wasn't a bad issue. I'll give it a 3.5. Let's move on to Bombshells number 27. I fucking love that cover. It is so freaking cute. I love it. Marjorie Bennett. This was good. This was really good. It's another one of those issues where we're getting 2 stories in one, yet it doesn't feel split. The first one focuses on Harley and Ivy with their ordeal with Raven and everything like that. And that story was cute. That story was fun. I really liked it. You know, it deals with, Raven's childhood. We learn about her father, Trigon. Yeah. And the second part of the story dealt with Supergirl on a train and everything. That one was really good too. I think I preferred the story with Harley and Ivy with Raven and the story of Trigon and everything. Maybe that's just the Wolfman Perez fan in me talking. You know, Raven and Trigon. There's just something about Raven and Trigon that just draws the 80s out of me and just, yeah. But anyway, it was a cute issue. It was fun. Miss Bennett, thank you for this. This is still very fun and very cute to read. I really love this. I give it a 3.5, close to a 4. Now, I need to get this out of the way. Because I'm doing 2 weeks in one, I'm not doing any picks of the weeks or anything like that. So I'm just going to review these books and just run right through them. We're going to go next to The Flash, number 22. Love that homage to the original Flash. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Usually I scoff on covers like this, but this particular one I like, because it's a tribute to the very first Flash, Jay Garrick, who shows up. I mean, he's on the damn cover, so of course he's going to be in the book. My only question about Jay Garrick, it's not Jay Garrick from the Earth 2, the new 52 Jay Garrick. No, it's the living legend himself, Jay motherfucking Garrick. I almost slipped there. Excuse me. But it is Jay Garrick. My only question is, why does it look like he's drawn to look like John Wesley Shipp? I couldn't help but feel that way when we got that close up of Jay's face. And I'm like, holy Christ, that's John Wesley Shipp. I'm willing to bet that was done on purpose. I mean, come on. It's like, this is the conclusion of the whole Button storyline. We know where it's going. It's leading to the return of the Watchmen. We see Dr. Manhattan's hand. I just spoiled that for you. I'm sorry. But as a conclusion, it kind of felt, it's like, showing off how Eobard Thawne gets killed off, yet this son of a bitch doesn't know how to stay dead. But it is what it is. It was a nice conclusion. It just didn't feel as epic as I wanted it to. I mean, we got the return of Jay Garrick, but it was only for a moment. We only had it for a moment, and I'm actually kind of worried that that's all we're getting him for. Hopefully the man with the magic helmet comes back full time, because God knows I miss him. Good stuff, though. I give it a 3.5. All right. Hang on. I got two different books. I want to make sure I'm covering the right thing here. Just a second. Okay. Yeah. When you got two titles focusing around a certain franchise, you want to make sure you got the right book. All right, we're going to Green Lanterns number 23. It's what I thought it was. It's called Lost in Space. Ooh. I believe those words are trademarked. Yeah. It's basically more training for Simon and Jessica. Easily, though, the better storytelling is involving Jessica Cruz's training with Guy Gardner. However, I gotta say that now, don't get me wrong, Simon being trained by Kyle Rayner, that was entertaining stuff. But the better storytelling is clearly with Guy and Jessica. And to see what Jessica's going through, we knew what was coming. We all knew what was coming towards the end of the issue. And don't even get me started on this bullshit that Jessica's talking about possibly leaving the Green Lantern Corps. That's the implied tease at the end of the issue. After what she does something in here, and I'm just expecting Guy's reaction to be more pleasant than hostile. It's just the kind of person he is. I'm willing to bet in the next issue, when we get Guy's initial reaction to what happens in here, I believe in my heart that his initial reaction was, well, it's about goddamn time you did that. Because we all knew where this was going. At least I did. But it was very fun. It's like, not predictability is not always bad. I've always said that. It's not always bad. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. And in this case, it isn't bad because it still helped tell the story, and it told it very well. This was good. I give it a solid 4. I thought it was that good. Let's move on to Harley Quinn, number 20. Jimmy and Amanda continue their work on here. It's basically the pseudo Batgirl from the future going back into the past, which is our present, to arrest Harley for a future crime that she hasn't done yet. And the future crime is, of course, killing Batman. which we all know that's bullshit. I mean, I do believe Harley Quinn is more than capable of finding a way to actually kill Batman, but I mean, come on, it's Batman, a flagship character. DC can't afford the loss of sales if they permanently kill him off. But fine, what it was fine. It's just Harley deals with this situation just the only drawback is that Harley tries to deal with the situation the exact same way she deals with every situation. Which, you're being accused of murder. You're being accused of a crime you haven't committed yet. You would think you would kind of react a little differently than just the same old Harley Quinn funny ha bullshit. It was what it was. The second story with Paul Dini telling the continuation of the Joker and Harley, I thought that was really cute. And in here, at least as far as the animated series universe is concerned, we finally learn the Joker's real name. Now Paul Dini's storytelling takes place during the animated series, and we see in here the Joker's true identity, his real name. Him and Harley are trying to check into a cheap-ass hotel, and Harley's like, what do you want us to do? You check in using our real names? And Joker's like, why the hell not? And he writes his real name. Harley reads it, and she goes, really? Who's that? And he goes, that's my real name, Harley. You were my doctor. You never looked at my notes? Huh. Well, I will spoil this. His name is not Jack Napier. For those of you who are thinking, oh, it's just Jack Napier because Jack Nicholson's Joker was Jack Napier. No, his real name is not Jack Napier. The name they give him, it's one of the weirdest names I've ever heard. But, okay. And it was cute. It was fun. Just like the whole issue. Well, that part was cute. The other stuff was just same old for me. I'll give it a 3.5, though. I'll be nice. Justice League Power Rangers number 4. God, it seemed like it took forever for this issue to come out. But, yeah, all the continuity errors aside, it's still a fun story. So, the Justice League is trying to help the Power Rangers get back to their world, to their universe. There's just a problem. They don't have their powers. Once they develop a way to get them back, it's like, well, you're going to need to defend yourself. Since you don't have your powers, why don't you try doing things our way? And to see what they do with the Rangers, that was fun. That was cute. I liked that. Very nice twist. The Rangers can be themselves without their morphers powers. Thought it was good. But then Brainiac reveals his next card. Oof. And then that cliffhanger. Oh my god. Good stuff. This was really good. I'm about ready to take back almost everything I said about them using Brainiac of all people as the DC villain of this title. Just really, really good. Give it a solid 4 out of 5. Move on to Nightwing number 21. Dick and Wally. It's time for some bromance, bro. Yeah. So, Wally's catching up with Nightwing, reminiscing about old times and shit. And they come across a new adversary. I wouldn't call him a supervillain. He's more just like a punk with stolen tech. That's pretty much what he was. And I've already forgotten the silly name that they gave him and everything. But it's, this tech that this guy's using is actually pretty damn impressive. He's actually able to, outspeed the Flash. It's just shit. It's kind of, sort of. Dick and Wally, they actually have to really, really think on how to take this guy down. Good issue. Very fun. Get used to hearing me saying that. I mean, this issue was fun. And to see Nightwing and Wally interact with each other again, it just felt like old times. It was good. Give it a 4. Superman number 23, Powerless. It's more of a metaphorical term. It's like nobody's really losing any powers. It's more of a metaphor. It's like, haha, we're doing this and you're powerless to stop me. There's nothing you can do. And, that classic villainy shit. Oh man, the depths that Lois and Clark are going to get their boy back. Oof. Something major happens to Lois in this issue. Mother fuck. My eyes bugged when I saw what happened to Lois in here. But really good. And we finally get to see who the main antagonist of the storyline is going to be. Interesting. 3.5. Super Sons number 4. This will probably be the last issue of Super Sons that I review on here because honestly, this title's not impressing me enough for me to stick with it. I mean, you think the sons of Batman and Superman, I guess I just wanted too much, and I got to cut back for financial reasons and everything. So unfortunately, I am dropping this title after this. This issue was okay at the very best. There's more of this Amazo shit. It's just not gripping me. It's just not really doing anything for me. And the silly cliffhanger with Lois and Alfred of all people at the end, it was just kind of, this issue just felt kind of there. But I'll be nice. The artwork was good. The animosity between Damian and John was still very solid. But I need more than that to stick with this. And unfortunately, yeah, I'll be nice and give it a 3. Teen Titans number 8. Yeah, number 8. This is part 2 of the Lazarus contract. Now, part 1 was really good. And this part was really good. You know, it's like basically, it's Deathstroke duping a speedster into gaining access to the Speed Force, becoming a speedster himself. But even though this part of the story was good, oh, and trust me, when we get to parts 3 and eventually when I review the conclusion, oh, get ready for a rant on the conclusion, folks. I'm going to tell you that right now. But as far as part 2 is concerned, it was done fairly well. Deathstroke, true to character for the most part, in terms of what his goal is. He's already set his plan into motion. He knows exactly what he's doing. And, he's also the kind of guy that also would plan a contingency in case something went fuckery. But part 2 was fine. I mean, there's still... I'm going to go ahead and say it right now in this part as well as in the entire story. Damian, Robin. There were times that this little shit really did get on my nerves, but there were also times he had redeeming qualities that made you forget about his arrogance and just made he's like, well, you can't hold everything against him because of how he was raised and everything like that. But now, I gotta call it like I see it. This son of a bitch is an asshole. Throughout this entire story, I have read the whole Lazarus contract, but I'm only reviewing part 2, but I have to say it right now. It's as if DC is trying their best to make this character, to make this Robin, completely unlikable. It's as if DC doesn't want this version of Robin to have any fans. And that's a damn shame. But this part was fine for what it was. I give it a 3.5. All right, let's move on to the indie stuff for this first week. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers number 15. Oh man. Just fantastic. Just fantastic. I mean, I can't ruin anything. I mean, this was good. This was so good. I just can't do it. It's just so many things in here just make this much more enjoyable than the TV show. I didn't really think it was possible for a Power Rangers comic book to be better than the TV show was. You would think a comic book would be even campier, would be even cheesier, would be even goofier. God knows the comics that they did when the show was actually on was campy and corny and stupid. But my God, the amount of logic that they put into this, it's just fantastic. I'm going to do you a favor. I can't ruin this for you. Just pick this issue up. Pick this series up. If you're not getting this, you're missing out on something really good. I promise you. This issue gets a 4. I can't. I just can't. Let's move on to Red Sonja number 5. Again, good stuff. Very fun. Loving it. So there's action, there's cheekiness, there's goofiness and everything like that, but it's all done in good taste, especially when you're keep on developing the character of Red Sonja. To see Sonja interacting with people in the 21st century is just fantastic. And I love these cosplay covers and everything. I mean, a rivalry knows no bounds when you stretch it across millennia, throughout millennia. Her feud with Kulan Gath is just, and I probably butchered the pronunciation of the name, but pure fun. I dug this. It was great. I give it a 4. All right, to the Marvel stuff, we got Generation X number 1. Not bad. Not bad. We already know where they're going with this particular run. We're going to start off with a rivalry against the Purifiers. Yeah, I kind of like the cover art better than the interior artwork, though. I gotta be honest. Kitty Pryde makes an appearance in here, and I hate to say it, but she looks like she's in her 50s, the way she's drawn in here. And Jubilee looks like she's in her 30s. It's like some of these characters are supposed to be young. They look much older than they're supposed to be. It just kind of throws me off a little bit. I think the star of this book, though, is going to be Quentin Quire. A solid introductory issue. Nothing to run home and run up the walls and everything and get uber excited for, but as a beginning, it was fairly well done. I give it a 3.5. Let's move on to, where is it? Okay. Mighty Thor number 19. Damn it. You want to know how awesome this is? This is hitting a Firebird with a hammer awesome. Fuck yeah! Enough said. 4 out of 5. Thank you, Jason Aaron. You are awesome. Next. Secret Empire number 2. I'm going to sum this book up in one sentence. What the fuck was up with that cliffhanger? $2.5. I'm being nice. Star Wars number 31. This is part 2 of the Screaming Citadel. Luke and Dr. Aphra, they get an audience with this queen, and she's like, I want to see his Jedi powers. I want to see it. I want to see your Force. Whip out your Force, Luke. Come on, whip out your Force. I want to see your Force. She's like, is he going to do it? Is he going to do it? And it gets to the point where it's like, okay, look, if you don't whip out your Force, if you don't show me your Force powers, I'm going to kill you. And it's like, just continue to egg him on until, bah, he just has this like forceful outburst and everything. I still got to say, though, the design of this queen is just badass. It looks like something off of a heavy metal cover. Off of a heavy metal album cover. It just looks really, really cool. But that was basically the gist of this issue, and I probably spoiled a little too much, but as an issue, as the second part of the Screamy Citadel, it's good. It's really good. I give it a 4 as well. Thank you again, Jason Aaron. All right, we're ending this week off with X-Men Gold number 4. I have been waiting for him. Remy LeBeau. Gambit. One of my personal favorite X-Men. So, what's Gambit up to in here? Well, he was hired to steal something for somebody. Now I'll give some minor spoilers / hints. He steals something for a relative of someone from their past, and once he gets more of the gist of what's going on, he's like, nope. And unfortunately, that's where the shit hits the fan. We got a big psychic communication between all the psychics, and with Kitty Pryde, and with Gambit. It's like, hey, I was sent to steal something, I stole something, I accidentally let it free, and that's where we get to our big cliffhanger with our big uh-oh at the end of the book. Good stuff. Really dug it. I just wish, call me nostalgic, call me old school, but the way Gambit looks inside the issue, it doesn't look anything like traditional Gambit. But as long as I know, hey, it's Remy, and he's true to character, then I'm okay. I'm okay with it. You know, give him kinetic energy in a trench coat, and I'm good. Give him some pants, too. I don't want to see him naked. But as an issue on its own, it's one of the weaker issues of Gold, but it's still strong. It's still very strong. Really good. I give it a 4. All right, that's it for the first pile, the week of the 17th. Now, I'm going to move these aside and get to the week of the 24th. We're going to start with Marvel this time around. We're going to start with Steve Rogers, Captain America, number 17. Shit! Just shit! Yeah. That. Wow. Steve, unleashing your inner asshole. Wow, that sounded wrong. We're starting to see some more arrogance, some more narcissism a little bit. Whew. Wow, Marvel, wow. He's really fully turned heel. Shit. A 4. Jean Grey, number 2. Pretty much a psychic fuckfest in here. Yeah, it's not literally, but it's just, you know, the Phoenix is coming. Oh no, the Phoenix is coming. Oh no. And everybody who isn't a psychic is automatically labeling Jean crazy or paranoid. You know, it's like we don't see the Phoenix coming. I don't see the Phoenix coming. Do you see the Phoenix coming? No, I don't see the Phoenix coming. Jean, the Phoenix isn't coming. I know it's coming. Well, we don't see the Phoenix coming. Do you see the Phoenix coming? I don't see the Phoenix coming. So she recruits her future daughter, Prestige, Hope Summers, and Quentin Quire. And cut. I don't want to ruin this. Good stuff. Good stuff as far as character development is concerned. Loving Jean. I love Jean in this series. And we're only 2 issues in. Just good stuff. Really good. Give it a 4. All right, we're ending the Marvel pile. Short Marvel pile here. X-Men Blue number 4. This is a back issue order, but I'll go ahead and include it in this pile. Cullen Bunn. Yeah. Get a look at that. I mean, we all know who this is. It's Jimmy Hudson. Ultimate Wolverine's son escaped from the Ultimate Universe, or this is Marvel's way of reintroducing one of the Ultimate X-Men from the former Ultimate Universe, and it's like, okay, I get it. I'm all for saving characters that you think you can build on and everything, because he's not the only person from the Ultimate Universe that makes an appearance in this issue. However, I also have to say, do we really have to have a guy with claws on every fucking X-Men book? I mean, X-Men Gold has Logan. Astonishing X-Men is going to have Logan. And now X-Men Blue has their own mutant with claws, their own Wolverine, if you will. With that being said, though, we get to see how he's introduced, how he comes, or reintroduced, excuse me, because there's also some exposition in here as to how he got into this new Marvel universe and everything like that. And that's told very well. Considering the story that they reference to in this exposition, I didn't personally read, but they provided just enough exposition to keep me familiar with what's going on and where we went from and where we're going. So that was really good storytelling. Good writing. Solid. I liked that. But what really got me was the introduction to the other former Ultimate Universe characters. This is getting really interesting. I'm looking forward to where they go from here. A solid issue. Really good. And I'll give it a 4 out of 5 as well. Makes the next episode of Blue vs. Gold, it's going to make that really interesting. Let's go on to the indie stuff. IDW with Ghostbusters 101, number 3. In here, we finally get it. The original Ghostbusters coming face to face with the 2016 Ghostbusters, or as some people have coined it, the Answer the Call Ghostbusters. Let's just call it ATC. It's the OGs with the ATC. Now that sucks. It's just let's just say Ghostbusters meets Ghostbusters. But the way they are introduced to each other is very strange. In fact, there's something going wrong in the multiverse where their universes are slowly merging into one. Now, how that's happening, I'm not going to give that away. But one of the Answer the Call Ghostbusters, Holtzman, takes a little peek inside the portal and gets a glimpse at the 80s real Ghostbusters from the cartoon series. That was pretty cool. I mean, it's like, and each one of them, it's like some of the original Ghostbusters are impressed with some of the work from the current Ghostbusters, while the current Ghostbusters is just in awe at some of the stuff that the original Ghostbusters are doing. I mean, it's just admiration upon admiration, and it's good stuff. I'm really looking forward to where this can go. I mean, this was very entertaining. It's just very, I wouldn't say gripping, but it's very entertaining. It's fun. It's just really, really cool. I love it. I give it a 4. Maybe a 3.5. Maybe I'm being a little too nice. It's around a 3.5, close to a 4, somewhere around there. My Little Pony Friendship is Magic number 54. This was a standard fill-in issue where, Fluttershy's having her pet rabbit watch all the other pets and everything, and it's just... It was okay. I actually liked the interior artwork. It kind of looked Looney Tune-ish, which is kind of a departure from this particular franchise. But for this issue, it worked because the style of story that they were telling in here does match with the style of artwork that they used here. I thought it was good. You're bringing in the Cutie Mark Crusaders in here as well. And, it was just fun. It was cute. It was cutesy-wootsy, but very funny. I liked it. I give it a 3.5. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Universe number 10. Question. If you're at a party and you don't like being there, but your host won't let you leave, what's the best way to get out of that party? Answer. You act like a fucking unwelcome guest. That's what this was. Enough said. 3.5. Let's move on to the DC stuff. Action Comics number 980. Why Harley Quinn is on this issue, I'll never know, because she's not even mentioned in this book. So, I guess because Cyborg Superman is going after General Zod, which, correct me if I'm wrong, he's now part of the Suicide Squad, or will be, or might be. I don't know. I don't read Suicide Squad, so I don't know. But Cyborg Superman and the Eradicator are breaking into Bellevue to get to General Zod, because he's going to be the last player in their little anti-Superman club and stuff like that. But where General Zod is being held, once you go there, it messes with your mind. I mean, you're talking about a horror-based acid trip. It's just, oof. And it's affecting Cyborg Superman, because while he is a cyborg, he's still partially human. And his partially human part is, especially up in his brain, this area that they're in is really fucking with him. And it's to the point where it nearly drives him insane, to where he's like, you kind of feel like he's about ready to just curl up in a ball and just stand there and just go like, do that shit. And the same thing kind of happens with Superman when he decides to pursue, because he's learning more and more about what's being built up here. Good issue, solid storytelling, great stuff. I really dug this. I give it a 4. Next time, though, if you're going to put Harley Quinn on the cover, make sure she's in the fucking book. Let's move on to Batgirl number 11. All I'm going to say is, what a colossally stupid way to build up a new villain in the Son of the Penguin. I believe he calls himself Black Sun. His main power relies on a Wi-Fi connection. Whatever. A 3 out of 5. You think I was joking? That's what this motherfucker's source of power is. A fucking Wi-Fi connection. Fuck. Batman 66 meets Wonder Woman 77. Number 5 of 6. You know, this is the penultimate issue. Yeah, we finally get in the Adam West universe. We're finally getting Nightwing. And for the most part, Nightwing is actually a well-developed character in here. Doesn't have this steers further and further away from the cheesiness, and it's getting much, much, much more serious in here. It turns out this is now going into the 70s. We're no longer in the 60s. We're in the 70s. Robin has grown into Nightwing. Barbara is the new Commissioner Gordon, and the original Chief O'Hara's daughter is the new Chief O'Hara. So we have a new Commissioner Gordon and a new Chief O'Hara. It's the daughters of the original. So now Barbara has to balance being Batgirl and the Commissioner of the Police Department, whereas Batman has retired. So I don't know what's up with this cover, with Batman being on the cover, because Bruce Wayne has hung up the cowl. Why he's retired? I can't spoil that. I can't. I just can't. Please pick this issue up. This was very good. This was probably the best issue out of this particular series thus far for me. It felt the most serious, it felt the most dramatic to me. We got further away from the campiness, and we just delved right into espionage and flat out seriousness. It was just really well handled. Sure, there was a couple of moments that did try to go back to the campiness, like Nightwing sprouts out a holy deja vu shit, and that's just the least of the thing. I mean, this was really well done, very well written, very well executed. It gets a solid 4. Batman Beyond number 8. Y'all, I am so disappointed in myself. Or at least I was when I read this issue. I'm just going to get right to the point. The big reveal of the Demon's Head is in here. And I should have seen this coming. I really should have. Because it took this long to reveal the Demon's Head. Based on the fact that it took this long to reveal the Demon's Head, I should have known it wasn't going to be Ra's al Ghul. Should have known. I mean, it was a tease. It was like, oh, Ra's al Ghul's still alive? No, it's like, it took this long to reveal who he really is. I should have known it was going to be like this. And I'll go ahead and spoil one thing. It's not Ra's al Ghul. But who the new Demon's Head is, I facepalmed when I read this issue because I felt so disappointed in myself. I was like, man, I should have known. Honest to God, I really should have known that that's who it was going to be. Because it made sense. Who better to be the new Demon's Head, right? Right. 3 out of 5. Deathstroke number 19. This is part 3 of the Lazarus contract. Pretty much what this is Deathstroke using the Speed Force to reunite with his son, the original Ravager. And it's basically him playing like a scene from Groundhog Day. It's like, oh, that didn't go well. Zoop, back. Try again. Oh, zoop. Oh, back again. We're going to try again. It's basically every time he makes a mistake, he just, I'll just run back further. Zoop. Hey, how you doing? Oh, shit. Zoop. It's, it's basically if at first you don't succeed, keep sucking till you do succeed. That's pretty much the gist of this issue was. And it's just more of the same stuff. We're getting even further into the whole Damian complete 100% fucking asshole development here. But as this issue wasn't completely horrible, it just felt okay. And what I mean by that is that I went into this storyline thinking that that DC was honestly going to try and copy the same magic that they had with the Judas contract. But man, was I wrong! And trust me, when I get to reviewing the 4th and final part of the story, you are gonna know just what my true feelings are on this story. But we'll get to that when we get to it. And trust me, you're gonna want to hear what I got to say. But here, I'll be nice and say this was okay at best. Because I can't go. Let's just move on. I give it a 2.5 round of 3. Just keep on going. Detective Comics number 957. The star of this issue was Stephanie Brown, a.k.a. The Spoiler. And I've got to say something about Spoiler. What a fucking hypocrite. This whole issue was basically her telling us, the reader, throughout her dealings in Gotham, Gotham doesn't need Batman. She believes that Gotham can survive without Batman. We don't need to handle things the way Batman does. So how does she go about this approach? How does she go about enforcing this belief on Gotham? By doing shit that fucking Batman would do. For somebody who doesn't want Batman to be doing the stuff that Batman does, the shit she does in here, I could easily see Batman doing. If you're going to preach your belief, don't fucking act like something that you're preaching against. It makes your character look hypocritical. It makes your character look fucking stupid. And at the end of the day, it's going to make this issue feel like a complete fucking waste of my time. I'm not even going to give it a grade. Fuck that book. Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps number 21. So let me get this straight. The Green Lanterns, they got their backs against the wall against these prism beings that were created by the Gauntlet. They can't handle them because they're basically made out of the same green willpower energy. It's like pressing two magnets together. Okay, fine, fair enough. So your logical decision is to take off your ring and just fight them with your bare hands. What? Whatever. That doesn't make any sense. It's like trying to bring a fist fight to a fucking gunfight. You know, I got some guns. You got your fist. Who the fuck you think's gonna win? Stupid. I'm sorry. I just didn't. You know, it's like, oh, their greatest weapon is their fists and their inner strength and their determination to survive. It's like bullshit. It's just DC trying to pump up the Green Lanterns like they're goddamn John Cena. And the very I'll go ahead and say it. The cliffhanger, the most predictable plot reveal of the year so far. The most predictable plot reveal of the year 2017 right here. The real story behind Sarko. Oh my God. It's just almost as if you didn't even bother to try hiding the reveal. You telegraphed it so goddamn hard, which made the big reveal at the cliffhanger at the end of the issue. It just felt because I knew where you were going with this. So disappointing. Excuse me. This issue was very disappointing. Illogical, heroic bullshit comprised with arguably the most predictable plot reveal of the fucking year. This issue was bleh. Let's end this with Wonder Woman number 23. Oof. We're finally concluding this storyline, you know, involving Dr. Veronica Cale with her missing daughter and the sons of Ares and everything. All I'm going to say is this conclusion, I want to say it's a conclusion, had such a depressing ending, but it wasn't depressingly bad. It was a good ending. It was just very, very bittersweet. But I can't ruin it. It was good. This was really good. It gets a solid 4 out of 5. Well, thanks for watching this so-called giant-size special. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed me shooting my mouth off, enjoyed my ranting. Don't forget to please subscribe. Don't forget this channel, my Blugoblin X channel. I need to find some stuff to do for Blugoblin X. I can't leave that one hanging. Lenora 2003 for the Crazy Craft episodes. Check out Arkham Asylum Studio. We just shot a mystery bag randomness episode, so I hope y'all will enjoy that. Don't forget my bros in the description as always. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hail Hydra. I'll see y'all later. Take care.